Dylan Williams.
She did.
Number 9,
All you gotta do is hit the
Dominic
hive.
DeLuca.
Pretty big one then. Wait, hold on, let me pull it. No, that's not mine. Oh, yes, it is. It is a Geisinger one.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Join Wyoming area sophomore Brooke Chervinitsky singing our national anthem.
We'll cover it up, Frank.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket dragon of the blasting gale ruled through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, take us that star-spangled banner airway o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wow. Wow.
Excellent. Oh, are we up and running?
Yeah, we're up and running, yeah. So that was a Broadway, Hollywood type
Stirring rendition.
version of the national anthem there. You are live at the Anthony Jake Sobieski Stadium. We are up on top of the press box. Craig made the call. We've got our golf umbrellas here. Yeah, Brooke sang that national anthem. Good job. And we are here for the 3A playoff game between the Wyoming Area Warriors and the Hanover Area Hawkeyes.
Headlinesman Bill Ermish.
So not the prettiest night for football, but I think they're going to do everything in their power to get this one in.
Judge Luke Madrovsky and the back judge Robert.
There's really no guarantee that it's going to be much better tomorrow. This field has taken a lot of water all year long, and just try and get it in as long as there's no lightning and as long as the officials don't stop it. So I'm joined with our camera person, Craig Juszkiewicz, and my partner, my brother from another mother, Carl Zielinski, and we'll be giving you the call tonight. So we got the, we're gonna switch, right? Because you're gonna come under here.
This is the big umbrella.
Yeah. I don't think I need one this big. So that I won't interfere with you.
Well, I can go high. I can go high, guys.
I'll go low.
Yeah, you guys can go low.
As long as I don't get you wet.
I go high.
So the number 7 seed, Hanover, comes in against the number 2 seed, Wyoming Area. These teams played 2 weeks ago, and 56-7, 49-0 at half. So, to play again 2 weeks later, I think it's a motivational challenge for both coaches.
That's right.
On the Hanover side, Coach Mike McCree, they're building something. Last year they had no wins. This year they have 3 wins.
Right.
So that's, I think, his selling point to his team. Hey, we're building something. And to his seniors, he's saying, hey, you were part of a class that we think is going to turn this program around. So that may be his motivational bent. And, he tells his seniors, hey, 2 weeks ago you remember getting on that bus and going home after a 56-7 loss. There's not many times in life you get punched in the mouth and you get another chance to come back. This is your chance. So that's what I would say, but I'm not a coach. On the Wyoming on the Wyoming area side, Coach Spencer, I just think he tells. I don't think he's going to have a real hard time motivating his guys. But yeah. But I think he's telling them, hey, if you think you're going to come out and play at 50% or 75% and get the same results that we got a couple weeks ago, that's not going to happen. This is not the time to reverse some good habits that we've had all year. So I think he's telling his guys, I expect that same level of execution that we saw 2 weeks ago, and I expect to see that all game. So,
Get her in, Greg.
what do you think, Carl? What have you seen? Like, looking at stats. And...
You know, it's much of the same, Frank. Wyoming area comes in as the powerhouse. Hanover comes in, as you stated, they're getting a second chance at a championship team. And what better for them to come in and try and knock off these Warriors?
It would be a 1 in, I don't know what kind, couple hundred %, but
you'd have a better chance of winning the Powerball. But
the longer they stay in the game, and
that's right.
And to a certain point, the field conditions
That's
kind
right.
of negate a lot of things that I'm sure the Warriors would like to do.
Right.
I think we're going to see a very conservative game plan. So here come the Warriors. Hey, we're up to 26 viewers. I know, hey, we lost a lot of the audience last week to WQMY, and we understand that. But like we always say, nobody knows the program and the kids like we do, so we're glad you're with us this week from the dryness of your couch or patio or veranda. You can enjoy the game. And here comes the 10-0 Wyoming area Warriors. One of only 3 teams to finish undefeated under the regular season as Wyoming area Warriors in the 54-55 year history of this program. You know, our good friend Nick Perugini, and he's supposed to come up a little bit later, he started these broadcasts. He runs the WyomingAreaFootball.org website, and there's the Warriors. And he did a nice chronicle of those 3 undefeated seasons. So if you get a chance, go on to his page. He aggregates all the Wyoming area football news, WyomingAreaFootball.org.
I just got the official word from our boss man saying that we're nuts for up here.
Okay. So Bike says we're nuts, but hey, we're
No,
nuts.
that's us.
We're nuts for Wyoming area football.
That's right.
Hey, before we start, we want to give a Warrior Nation shout out to Booyah Bites. They donated a large amount of food to the parents here to celebrate with their families before the game. Booyah Bites, some macaroni and cheese, things like that.
Awesome
So
food.
we certainly appreciate that. That's the Favada family, right?
Favada family.
And Booyah Burgers, they're located at 2022 Wyoming Avenue, Wyoming, PA. Phone number 570-338-2814. So give them some patronage. They're open 11 to 9 every day. So they might be closed after the game
right.
here, but you can go tomorrow night and pay it back a little bit. So thank you to Booyah Burgers for donating the pregame feast.
Can't miss them. They're right in front of Garrity's in Wyoming.
Hey, attention, please, as a point of information, during PIAA games, use of cowbells, horns, and whistles is
You
prohibited.
get closer, you can get closer.
Once again, use of cowbells, horns, and whistles is prohibited during PIAA playoff games.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be a little bit more herky-jerky today because I have to do this one-handed, because one hand's on an umbrella.
I'd say this, Frank. If Terry and Howie can do this, we can do this.
Now that I'm up here, I know, with an umbrella over my head, it's not too bad.
No.
It's not too bad.
It's not cold at all. It's not cold.
If it was 25 degrees,
Yeah, it
colder,
would be different.
We'd have to
It'd be
override
different.
you. We'd have to put it to a vote.
Yeah.
So the Warriors are out. And,
The weather is a friend.
I don't know. You guys are listening to a guy that has shorts on tonight, and it's November.
Warriors have won the coin toss. They have elected to receive. Hanover will kick off, defend the goal to the bell tower end of the field.
So you heard our public address down round 4 there. Wyoming area has
Tonight's game is co-sponsored by Sabatini's Pizza.
won the toss and elected to receive.
I think Solomon's out in what's his name? Sammy.
Yeah, that's the first time.
He is on the field.
In week 1.
Burgers and Pikes located on one.
Our G1 recruit, Sammy Solomon, number 90, is out there. So his first game action since week 1. It'll be interesting to see how many saves he gets as he tries to work himself into game shape for the playoffs or next week and the week after if we're fortunate enough to get there.
We are firmly believing that we're going to be playing up in Scranton in 3 weeks.
We hope. 2 weeks.
We hope. 2 weeks, okay.
So, Carl, field conditions might dictate maybe a little more conservative approach.
Yes.
At least as we start the game.
It's still going to be hard to maneuver.
On dry land, it's hard to execute some of the passing routes
That's right.
and run those routes and
Well,
get
you know
that
what?
timing down.
The key to tonight's game, Frank, is hang on to the ball.
Hang on to the ball, right? That's a good point. Nothing will give an underdog an opportunity.
That's
like
right.
Turnovers, frequent turnovers.
Turnovers.
The one thing also, everyone should remember that this will be one game. Every single player that's getting dirty tonight is going to remember forever.
That's right. 20 years from now, remember we played in that
Tunkhannock? No, it was Tunkhannock. Remember the Tunkhannock game?
Oh, that game, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're just a little, go a little bit higher, a little bit higher.
So Leo Harris and Quay Williamson back at their own 15, ready to receive the kick from Franny George. There's the whistle, and we're underway in the second season here. And that's a squib kick that's going to be taken by F.J. Bertini at the 45-yard line, and just almost fair catch, right?
Yeah, just went 10 yards.
Kickoff fielded, then down by F.J. Bertini. First down Warriors at the 45.
So Warriors will have excellent field position to start their first possession of this game at their own 45.
Frank, the key tonight is for Hinkle to keep the ball dry.
Good point. We got Brian Williams to the near side.
I don't think there's any way
Jake Bush put to the right side.
keeping the ball dry tonight.
There's the handoff over right guard to Corey Maruck. He's got a few yards there, and he's pushing.
He's got a first down, right?
Using this field to his advantage, and he pushes close to a first down.
Initial hit by Jacob Marcanante.
Looks like they might get a little short.
Gain to the Hanover 45.
Take a look at that uniform right now. It's white pants. Not going to be there much longer.
Much longer, right? Frank, the piece I did on trenches. These guys, that's offensive line in the trenches. They're going to dig a hole tonight.
You see a heavy dose of Corey Maruck. That was Jacob Mercadanthi with the tackle for Hanover. There's a give over center to Corey Maruck that time, and he's not as much running room that time. And he is swallowed up there by number 54 for the Hawkeyes. That's Tavon
Charles Stewart in on stop. Gave about 2 to the 44. First and 10
What
Warriors.
kind of vision plan you guys have, but we could have a tine in the eye from these umbrellas at some point.
That's why I'm telling you to keep it a little bit higher. But I have glasses on, so but they're not safety glasses.
First and 10 now at the Hanover 45. DeLuca under center.
We got a false start, Frank.
Flag before the play.
That's 5 yards against us.
Frank, Hinkle's seen the blitz coming. He tried to protect his quarterback.
False start penalty against the Warriors. Make it first and 15 at the 49.
Sometimes a 5-yard penalty is a good penalty.
That's right.
Keeps your quarterback from taking.
And it also gets you back in footing where
right.
it hasn't been stomped on yet.
First and 15 now at the Hanover 49. There's 10:58 left in the first quarter. And DeLuca
It's a keeper.
pitches in, or he turns, and he's got to run around the left end.
DeLuca, the keeper, brought down by
So he
Nick
faked it to
Lyon.
come back and took it down the line, a couple of yards there. And even just 4 or 5 plays in, you could see the footing getting progressively worse here.
Ball started at the 47.
Goodness.
Second and a 14.
I guess I
Warriors have to
can't.
get to just about the 34-yard line for a first down.
Frank, tilt your umbrella back. There you go, like mine, Frank.
Look under center, he's got Maruck and Williams in that I formation. Here's the give up from Maruck.
Give it to the workhorse. There he goes.
Hits a Hawkeye there and knocks him back 5
He's
yards.
close to a first down,
He's
Frank.
Got a first down.
Number 77 for Hanover, 2, a first down. So strong run. Jacob Mercadanthi kind of just hung on to him.
He's down to the 34. First and 10
A little bit
Warriors.
higher with the umbrella. Sorry.
Corey Maruck with a 14-yard carry for a first down. First and 10 at the Hanover 34. There's 9:54 left in this first quarter. No score.
Oh, nice.
Now again, and he hit himself well behind the line there.
He's still going,
He
Frank.
still broke out. He was a 9-yard carry. And just nobody could wrap him. And I'm sure this weather's not hurt. He's a strong kid, but just with the wetness of the uniforms and the slickness already, it's going to make it that much more beneficial for a runner like Maruck to
That's right.
gain some yardage.
Frank, I think he stopped in the phone booth again before he came on the field.
So he got his water permeable cape on tonight.
Somebody's hurt. That's not a good sign. It looks like it's maybe Maruk.
Might be a cramp.
Yeah, that's what we're concerned about with these field conditions.
Could be a twisted knee.
I never like to identify anybody until it's
Exactly.
So after that carry by quarter, we got a 2nd and 1 showing on the scoreboard. Out to Hanover 26. There's 9:30 left in this first quarter. And like I said at the outset, this is a game I think they'll do everything in their power to get it in. I know some games have been canceled and rescheduled for tomorrow, but tomorrow there's supposed to be some rain too. And
Tomorrow's not going to be any better,
A
Frank.
field like this, yeah, you need a couple days without rain and a lot of wind to dry this out. And maybe it could actually be worse.
That's right. You're working with a sponge right now, Frank.
This field has taken a lot of water on this season, and to hope or think that it might be better tomorrow is really kind of wishful thinking. So as long as there's no kind of lightning or cyclonic activity,
Right.
try to get this one in. But I think the referees have jurisdiction over the playing field, right? And
Right.
30 years ago there would have been no question. We live in a different day and age.
Right.
If this field,
Safety first, Frank.
If they deem that this field becomes unplayable and we have a few injuries, I don't know what they do. And for anyone that I'm dripping water on from my umbrella down below me, I apologize in advance. Oh, we're good. We got a lift there. So. Craig and Carl and I are trying to do a little dance here of where our umbrellas are best positioned correctly without gouging each other's irises. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Bill Hasty in Alabama. I believe Bill is a 1969 Wyoming area graduate, one of the
69.
very first. He'll correct us if we're wrong. One of the very first Wyoming area quarterbacks under Jack Hansis. I think he played under Coach Vaxmotsky a little bit. So Bill's been with us all year, and Carl DeLuca said, make sure you say hi to Mr. Hasty down in Alabama. So I wonder if he. You think you move away like that? Do you take on the Southern accent? I guess you do after a while,
You do,
right?
Frank. I have a daughter in Arkansas, and she has that.
She got the
She's
little
got
twang?
the bell. She's
All
got
right.
the bell.
Okay, so we've got an injury timeout. Not sure who that is, but
Yeah, we got the card.
we've got our full staff over there. And, you know, as parents, as fans, this is, you see that car come out, that puts a little lump in your throat. These are young men that are working hard, and the last thing you want to see is any kind of injury which is significant. Even the Hanover guys are coming over to.
That's very nice, Frank.
It's good sportsmanship.
Okay, they got him lifted up, Frank. He's on 1 foot.
Yeah, there's about 4 or 5 Hanover guys out there, probably upperclassmen, and they're helping that Warrior player onto the cart. And that's good sportsmanship.
Right,
We want to
that's right.
recognize that. You know, Northeast PA is a small little fraternity here, and we certainly appreciate that show of respect from the Hanover area Hawkeyes and their program. So I didn't see who it was, so we're not going to speculate.
Right, we can't say for sure,
Yeah.
Frank. We will say this: it seemed like it was serious.
Well, we've seen guys go off on carts before and then
And
come
come
back
right
for the second
back
half,
out.
So we don't.
Go,
I keep losing my roster.
well, he'll pass in front of us here,
Yeah,
Frank. We'll get a.
That's tough for this team to see a teammate go off like that. So 2nd and 1 at the Hanover 26-yard line, 9:30 left. Looks like Leo Harrison there now with Dylan Williams. Luca gives the ball to Harris over left guard, and he's not going to
Leo
have
Harris.
He's wrapped up there.
Justin Stepanovich. In on the stop. Loss of about a yard on the play. 3rd and 2.
Bring up a 3rd and 2 for the Warriors. 9:03 left in the first quarter. At the Hanover 26-yard line. We got Brian Williams split to the left here. Jake Bush, he's split to the far right. Luka turns and gives it to Harrison. He spins and he looks like he's going to have enough for the first down.
Harrison in on carry.
Taven Hines and number 37, number 36, Cameron Holman.
Aaron Hummer in on tackle.
That will move the chains.
Gains to about 23. 1st and 10 Warriors.
That's Dylan Williams trots off now.
Thank you,
Looks
Mr.
like
Heck.
FJ
Mr. Heck just checked in. Western Wayne 8-0 over Myers.
FJ Bertini now takes that fullback position in the I formation. And he's got the carry over left
First
side.
man
He's
through.
got a couple yards on the That was a nice strong run from the talented junior.
Yes.
Over left guard. He picked up about 4 or 5 yards on that first down carry.
Frank, it's a little change of pace, but FJ knows what to do with the ball.
He's got quick feet, he's a good athlete.
Yes. And he's got good size.
He's got nice size. He's going to get his yards.
2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 now for the Warriors. Luke under center. He turns and gives it to Harris over right.
Oh,
tackle.
nice
He's got a
move
little bit of
inside.
the ball. And he goes through following Cameron Carr. He's got a nice gain inside the 20, maybe down to about the 19. They'll mark it a little bit
Charles Stewart in on the tackle.
First down marker. So 3rd and maybe a half a yard.
Frank, that was a nice blast blocked by FJ Brasini. He got up off the bottom of the pile.
Making an impact in his first couple plays in there in that offensive set. 3rd and 1 at the just inside the 15. Luka's going to call his own number now.
First down.
Move ahead for a couple.
Frank, you might want to come on this side. Flip flop. I just got somebody telling me that they're having a hard time hearing you.
1st and 10 Warriors.
Can't hear him.
Yeah, they have a hard time hearing Frank, and he's our primary. So
That's Justin.
not that I don't want to hear you.
Hey,
Justin Stefanovich there on the tackle.
Is that better?
For Hanover. 1st and 10 for the Warriors at the 10-yard line. So 1st and goal. Yeah, there's no marker there, so they got 4 downs to get 10, get in the end zone. There's the give over right side to Leo Harris, and he makes a move, and he's going to go in for the touchdown.
Late draw, Frank.
Leo Harris, touchdown Warriors.
So it looked like it was designed to go over right tackle. He got there, and he saw some room around the right side. He took it in down the sideline for a 10-yard run, and the first score of the game. Warriors lead 6-0, 7:03 left in the first quarter. Yeah. Harry says it's better. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we got the band right below us, so we'll give you what we can. So it looks like they're going to go for 2 here. Yeah, with this footing. Yeah, with this footing. So there's the give to Harris, and he follows Solomon and Bocchini in, and he's got the 2 points, so that's big.
2-point conversion.
When you have a 6'3" fullback.
Yeah. So 6'3", 290 gets in the game for the first time, and he leads the way. And he's still got clean pants there. So we're going to have to do something about that. So that's nice to see him back in action. And Leo Harris has the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. 8-0, the Warriors lead here with 7:03 left in the first quarter.
17 has been serving the residents of northeastern Pennsylvania.
So just as we suspected, all on the ground. Nothing, no misdirection, no jet sweeps. Power right, power left, blast. Just trying to gained some yards on the ground and control the ball, time of possession, and then came away with a score. That's the big thing.
Right.
Chew up 5 minutes of clock here.
Frank, I got a little tidbit of information on our quarterback, Dominic DeLuca. Riri tells us Dominic's been playing since he was 5 years old. Been playing with FJ and Derek.
So he's
That's a good
got
fact.
that familiar. When you have that kind of history with the guys, you can anticipate their moves.
That's right.
And they can anticipate yours, and it makes it that much better
That's an awesome fact.
camaraderie. So we've got Jaden Russin doing the kickoffs, and he's been doing that for the past couple of weeks, and he's put a couple close to the goal line. And that is a definite weapon, especially in the playoffs when you want to keep the team inside their 30. And that ball will hit down at the 20 and bounce over ahead, and that'll be picked up by number 25 for Hanover. That's James McCabe, and he very smartly just kind of sat on it. So it was a nice kick given the conditions by Russin. It hit at the 20 and bounced over the Hanover returner's head. And they're going to be pinned back at their own 15 here to try and start to answer this first Warriors score. 6:58 left in the first quarter. Warriors lead 8-0. If you just joined us, Leo Harris had a 10-yard touchdown run on the previous series, and he also had a 2-yard conversion carry over Sammy Solomon as the Warriors chose not to kick in these field conditions. So we know we got Aaron Hummer there. He'll send the receiver in motion, and he will turn and give the ball. I think that's Curcio, and he's got a couple yards before he's hit really hard. I gotta see, that's Dominic DeLuca.
Dominic DeLuca
trying to assert a difference for his team.
Oh, sorry, Greg. This is your first time.
Oh, you spoke me 3 times.
Greg, I got another tidbit.
So that was Peter Hibbert, number 22.
I reached out to the fans. Although he's been injured tonight, Corey Mruck, we didn't notice about him. He raced BMX bikes for 5 years. He was a
I do remember that, yeah. Hummer takes the snap, and he gives it over the right side to Curcio. That's Hibbert again. So Sammy Solomon is in on defense, and he wrapped up Hibbert, the sophomore, 5'8", 150, very quickly. Cameron Carr also in there quickly. So I think the Warriors have the best run defense in the conference,
They do.
and I'm sure this place, these kind of field conditions play to their strength tonight. Yeah.
Especially with some of the big boys.
So
out
3rd
there.
and 8, and we'll see if Hummer goes to the air. It probably has Bobby Sabecki to the left. Now it's going to get harder to see these numbers too. Hummer takes the snap. He's going to call his own number around right side. Derek Ambrosino stayed with his blocker very nicely.
Right.
And that allowed Cameron Carr to scoot over. Yep. So Derek Ambrosino didn't get the tackle that time, but he was a big part of the play because he held his ground, and that allowed.
Let Cameron catch him from behind.
So 3 and out for Hanover, and they'll have to kick the ball back to the Warriors. And I see Brian Williams, Leo Harris setting up just about midfield. And there's a flag. Look, they might be lined up offside. Hanover, yep, that's what he's pointing to, right?
Participation against Hanover.
12 on the field. So that's when you ask your buddy, hey, am I on the #1 punt team? I think you are. Okay. And then you run out there, and then they say, you're not on the #1 punt team anymore.
Yeah. So then you go over and have a nice talk with the coach.
Say, I trusted you. So the Hanover punter set up inside the 5, and here's the kick, and he gets it off a nice
That's a
kick.
very nice kick, Frank.
And it drives Leo Harris back inside his own 40. And I think
it's recovered by
number 6, Brian Williams, came back and was able to recover that. So got off a deeper punt than Leo Harris was anticipating. He had to turn his back and try to catch it like Gary Maddox going for a ball against the center field wall. Got away from him a little bit, and then Brian Williams was heads up enough to come down, chase it down, and recover it. Or that could have been a very big turnover at this stage of the game.
That's the dangers of this field, Frank.
As you said, as you said early in the game, You want to give an underdog a chance, give them some turnovers. But
They're probably going to be telling other players to just let it go.
Yeah, fortunately,
don't even touch
right.
it.
Fortunately, Warriors were able to recover that back. DeLuca under center again. He's going to turn right and give it to Harris. And Harris
look at this, Frank.
makes a move on his own outside of the tight end. He's got 7 or 8 yards there.
He has the right spikes on, Frank. He was able to move his feet there laterally.
Charles Stewart on the tackle.
Following Cameron Carr there. Looks like Mike Amato leading the way. 2nd and 2 now for the Warriors. So some good quickness, and when you have a player like that that can maintain that level of quickness on a field like that, it just makes it that much harder for the defense. So 2nd and 2 at their own 40 for the Warriors. 4:06 left. They lead 8-0. This is their 2nd possession of the contest. DeLuca will turn left and give it to Harris. And he's got lots of room up the middle. Cuts back. And he's past midfield. He's got the first down. So a nice 11-yard carry on 2nd down. Looked like it was designed to go over left guard. He turned it back up towards the middle when he saw where the hole was and got himself 11-yard carry. First and 10 now for the Warriors at the Hanover 48. Got that I formation that they've had all game. DeLuca will turn and give the ball to Harris once again, and he spins away from a couple of Hanover tacklers before he gets another 4 or 5 yards. Number 30, that's Justin Stefanovic on the tackle for Hanover.
In on the tackle.
A gain of about 6 on first down, bring up a 2nd and 4 at the 42. And what I like about that carry, he looks a little stronger than you would think. So he is, but he's a wrestler, like you said. So he's 5'9", 145, but he plays a lot stronger than that. And he's got the ball now over right center. Mercadante on the tackle again, but that's going to be another Warrior first down, as this freshman, Leo Harris, has stepped into that tailback role when he was needed here in the first quarter, and he's moving the ball well for this team.
Frank, I love the fact that Michael Amato is getting up off the pile.
About the 32 first and 10 Warrior. 36.
You got Matt Wykowski out there, right tackle. Patrick Nelson here at left tackle. DeLuca will give to Harris once again. Oh, no, it's a fake. And Dominic's over the right side, and he's got some room down the right sideline, and he's got a big stiff arm there, which allowed him to get another 4 or 5 yards, and he'll take it down to the 15 for about a 24-yard carry and another Warrior first down. So sold a fake to Harris, which faked me out, and I was looking at Leo, and then the next thing I see, Dominic DeLuca is accelerating down the right sideline.
Frank, I've seen visions of inside the NFL.
Yeah, and that was Major League.
Wykowski was leading the way.
That was a Major League stiff arm, too, at about the 20-yard line. Dominic takes the ball. He'll give to Harrison. He did a little jump step there and broke it to the right, and he got about 3 or 4 yards there. Dylan Williams with a nice lead block there from his fullback position. So I don't think we've seen a pass tonight, but I don't think that was part of the...
I don't think you're going to either.
No.
Not unless we go on that 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
We're going to try something.
Like we said, risky. Passing game is risky from a footwork standpoint. So now we got Jacob Williams split to the far side. Brian Williams on the near side here. And DeLuca turns and gives to Harris once again, and he spins away, and that allows him to get a couple yards where there looked like there wasn't going to be any. It looked like he was almost going to be stopped for a loss, and he got back to the original line, ran in the scrimmage, at least, with the spin move. So that Jacob Mercadante, Ron Foy's calling his name quite a bit. And he's only a sophomore, 6'3", 225. So that's definitely a young man that the Hawkeyes are probably pinning a lot of hopes on for the years coming.
It looks like it's against us. Probably holding.
Blocking the back.
Blocking the back call. That'll drive the Warriors back to their own 25, make it about a 2nd and 15. And this field is quickly deteriorating. See some shiny areas and some puddles of mud.
Ball's on 26, 2nd and 16.
We said before the game, a night like this, the field and the field conditions can be almost as tough an opponent as the guys on the other side of the ball.
That's right. I'd rather be tackled by Hanover.
And there's a play action, and Dominic DeLuca is going to look for F.J. Bercini, and he's got the catch.
Yardage back.
Just a little like a jump pass almost, and F.J. will bring it down to the 15. So a gain of about 10. F.J. had a play like that last week against Pittston area. And he's quickly showing himself to be a sure-handed receiver when given the opportunity.
He's not only a tackling machine, Frank.
No. And he could take on more of a prominent role in this offense. Based
That could be an issue
the,
on defense, too.
That's right.
Missing one of our linebackers.
Right.
So quick first quarter
And at the end of the first quarter,
with every play a running play.
and it was 0.
And
On
Warriors
both sides of the
lead-
no, we had one passing play.
Yeah, right.
Independent graphic.
Warriors
the
lead
Champions
8-0.
League, And the Wyoming Area Football Alumni Association have been longtime strong supporters of the Wyoming Area Football Program, and Warrior Nation owes a debt of gratitude to the Champion family. Find bicycles.
So when somebody unfortunately goes out, you know, the mantra is next man up. And next man up tonight so far has been Leo Harris, the freshman, 5'8", 145. And we've seen him a lot this year on offense, but defense, he's made some nice plays defense. So you know, with a full season under his belt now, we're not going to call him a freshman anymore. We're going to call him freshman 2.0. We're in the playoffs, and looks like he's ready to take on a more prominent role for this team as they look like they're going to need him to do that.
Frank, I'd like to call him a hybrid, and in a good sense.
Yeah.
Up a little bit higher, Frank. Sorry.
So we'll turn around and face the west end
In
zone.
the second quarter, 3rd and 10 Warriors at the 17.
You might want to try putting yours down. Just get underneath mine.
I'm sorry, we're going to face the east end zone, working towards the scoreboard.
I'll just hold this out.
DeLuca under center now. And he'll turn and give to Harris over center.
nice
and he breaks
move.
up the middle, and he's going to go, and he's going to score.
Leo Harris on the
yards.
carry. Touchdown Warriors.
And if he was touched, it was only very lightly. So over right guard, broke it back towards the middle and sprinted in for the touchdown. A 17-yard carry and his second touchdown of the contest tonight. And here comes
the
Sammy
big
Solomon
boys.
back on. For that
Wykoski, Solomon. That's Tom Wykoski checking
Tom
in.
Wykoski, 71, yeah.
His brother checking out. Cameron Carr checking out.
So Leo Harris stepping right in and giving these Warriors a boost. We got that big backfield. Looks like Dylan Williams, Sammy Solomon, and DeLuca is going to call
It's
his
gonna be
own
a
number
keeper.
line. It's going to be a foot race down to the end zone, and he will win that foot race.
And I missed it.
Two-point conversion.
Sorry, guys. I had my hand on the umbrella.
Keeper, good for a 2-point conversion. 11 minutes, 54 seconds remain in the second quarter. Warriors
So a
16.
quick and talented athlete got on the edge,
Warriors 0.
and it was just a foot race to the end zone for the
Tonight's
two-point
game
race.
is co-sponsored
Who wanted
by
it more, and
Old
that time
Old
Dominic
Fashioned
DeLuca wanted
Hardware
those
Store.
points more. So
Located at
16
400
Warriors.
Exeter Avenue, West Pittsburgh.
11:54 left in the second
Stock
quarter.
Parts and accessories to meet all your hardware needs. And we service everything we sell. We are very proud to be a retailer of the steel product line. We carry a full line of steel parts and accessories. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will be glad to assist you.
So every
in
week I
any
make up
game.
these little index cards, a little filler stuff. So I like quotes from great coaches and some insight into what they thought about the game, what their coaching philosophies were. So Chuck Noll, the great Steelers coach. I'm not a big Steelers fan,
Jared Russell will kick off for the Warriors.
but Chuck Noll said, champions are champions,
Bednarski,
not because they do anything extraordinary, but because they do the ordinary things better than anyone else. So he said, I'd see that tonight. A very ordinary offense, but people staying on blocks, running the holes that are created, and like I said, just doing the ordinary in an extraordinary way, and that's the way you become a champion. So there's the kick from Russin, and it was a boot.
Frank, he bobbled that momentarily.
Yeah. He did come down with it, and it looks like number 14 for Hanover who was able to hang on to that, and that's Hunter
Kickoff fielded by Hunter Karpovich. Down immediately. First down, Hanover.
So Hanover trying to erase some of this 16-point deficit by starting with pretty good field position. At their own 38-yard line. That's a quarterback's son there, Aaron Hummer. His dad was coach here for a few years. He's got two backs there with him. He'll send them in motion. One of them is
he's got
Peter Hibbard.
No help in
and
the
now
backfield.
He's looking to pass, and he's looking at the right flat, and he's got a receiver who's got some yards.
It's Quay Williamson.
Quay Williamson came in and just put him down hard.
I hope he's okay, Frank.
Hunter's pass complete, gained to about the 49.
And was that helmet to helmet? It was so quick I didn't see it, but it was a hard hit.
I think it was a shoulder, Frank.
Our technology isn't that advanced yet that we don't have slow motion.
Right.
We'll have to ask the boss man about that.
Yeah. We'll be submitting our budget after the season. So, yeah, I hope he just got the wind knocked out of him, but because we already had one serious injury tonight.
We don't need another.
Yeah. And that's another thing that coaches worry about with that. Now, that wasn't a field condition thing. That was just a timing thing where
yes.
he
Frank, what made it look worse?
Kid made a nice catch, and he was running full speed over the middle.
What made it look worse, Frank, is I think he was trying to stop the slant,
and that's
he was a sitting duck.
That's Bobby Sebecki, and he took a hit in this last game from F.J. Bertini and held on to the ball. So there's no tougher young man on that field, and he gets off and walks off under his own power, which is a great sign. But I'll tell you what, I don't think there's a tougher kid on that field than that Bobby Sebecki.
That's right. Frank,
he took a hit down here from F.J. Bertini and held onto the ball the last game.
The last time they played, right.
And he came up as a freshman, did some nice things in the game against us last year. So nicely designed play by Hanover there, hit the talented sophomore in the right flat. He took it back to the middle, and he got a first down.
That was a nice play, Frank.
Hanover's first down of the contest. Hummer in the shotgun. And he'll take it, and he'll call his own number, and he's looking around left side. And J.P. Gashai had some nice penetration, as did Dante Bavani, before Cameron Carr came in and collected the belongings. That's what you talk about, playing your role on defense. You don't have to make every tackle. If you can win your 3x3 foot square of space, you got guys behind you that can come up and make those tackles. So a lot of credit to J.P. Gashai there and Dante Bavani for really standing up their man and controlling the line of scrimmage, allowing Cameron Carr to come up there. There's Sammy Solomon on the right side now, so he's getting some more defensive looks. 2nd and 12 now. Hummer under center. And he'll drop back, just a 3-step drop, and he's looking for number 17. That's Jared Kishbaugh.
Hummer's pass is Kishbaugh incomplete.
And that's incomplete.
3rd and 12.
Bring up a 3rd and 12. So Hanover looks like they learned some things maybe from last game, and you really can't drop too deep against this Warrior pass rush. They're just so quick and up and down the line.
And it's
3rd and 12.
J.P. Gashai checks out, and Anthony Scalzo checks in for a little more quickness there on an obvious passing situation. Hummer will be under center again. He's got number 25 there. That's James McCabe as the setback. And he'll send it. He lost control of the ball there, and there's going to be a scramble there.
Still loose, Frank.
And I think Hanover got it back. And it looks like number 6 for Hanover was quick to get over there and get on that ball.
Gained about a yard.
And that's Hummer. That's the quarterback. So I don't know whether it was a clean snap or not, but it came out pretty quickly. And Hummer was able to get back on it and retain possession for the
Jared
Hawks.
Kishpa punt.
So-
Brian Williams and Leo Harris deep to the Warriors.
From their own 48, Harris and Williams set up at their 25. And there's the kick, and it's right to Brian Williams. He's got it in stride, and he's coming down the right sideline. He's got 10, 15 yards. He's following blockers here. He's at midfield and beyond, and he's going to be run out of bounds at about the 45-yard
It's
line.
Brian Williams on the return.
So about a 25-yard return for Brian Williams. Did a nice job waiting for his blockers, recognizing the field
Like the ball
conditions, and
he
just
spotted at the 45.
not
First
trying to
and
get
10
anywhere
Warriors.
too fast and just take what was there. And a nice return by the junior wideout. And it'll give the Warriors good field position again. And I'm liking this no umbrella situation.
You're dry?
I'm-
Staying
yeah,
dry?
I'm
You're staying
good,
dry?
I'm good,
Yeah. We're cuddling here. Me and Frank are cuddling here.
Not that they're okay. They're at the they'll start at the Hanover 45-yard line. 9:54 left in the half, and they lead 16-0. Sammy Solomon is going to take up that right end spot, like a wingback there. Brian Williams set to the far side, and the turn and give to Leo Harris, and he's got
Look at him
room
run,
over the
Frank.
right side. He's got
Leo
first
Harris
down.
again on the carry.
For about a 14-yard carry as he follows Michael Amato, who's already full of mud, Jaron Pollitt Moran, and Sammy Solomon there on the right side. First down carry for Harrison. He's got close to 100 yards in this first half. And that ball will be spotted on
Into
the
about the 32, first and 10 Warriors.
31-yard line. First and 10, 9:32 left in this first half. Sammy Solomon takes up a spot alongside Derek Ambrosino on the left side there. And DeLuca will turn and give to Harris over that side. And he's got 3 or 4 yards
Leo Harris.
before a couple of Hanover tacklers can slide over. Tavon Hines looks like he was in on that tackle. That might be 4 yards. Second and 6.
The flag after the play.
Extracurricular.
And there's no need for that at this
No, not
the way this
not
contest
like-
is going.
Not in the
Gotta-
conditions of the field,
No.
Frank.
Got to maintain your composure, both sides. Leo Harris checks out, and that Quay Williamson's going to check in. But the danger of this kind of game, every play is similar. It's a running play, so
That's
you're
right.
hitting the same guy in the face over and over again, and that's what
Sure.
tempers the
You
play
get a
up.
little aggravated, Frank.
Especially if you're down 16 to nothing and it's
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalties against both teams. Offsetting penalties.
Very good.
Second and 6.
So Williamson, now Quay Williamson, number 5 in there at the tailback. DeLuca will take the snap. He'll give it to Williamson. And
Oh,
he ducks
way to
under a
go,
few
Frank!
runners, and he's got the first down and
Quay
more.
Williamson on the carry, brought down by
He's
Kishpa.
down to the 12, and that's going to be about a 20-yard carry for number 5, Quay Williamson, on his first carry of the game.
Into about the 12, first and 10 Warriors.
So,
Frank, before they seen him, he was through the hole. He was in the secondary.
fresh legs and quickness, yeah. He carried the ball a few times against Mid-Valley in the first game. Then he went out on an injury, so he's working his way back in there as well. He's back there again with Dylan Williams. And there's the give over the left side to Quay Williamson. He's got 4 or 5 yards.
Williamson again on the
Jared
carry.
Pollitt Moran.
Oh,
And Matt Wajkowski just blocked somebody into the Dunkin' Donuts.
parking lot.
Stefanovic in on the stop.
So with Coach,
Timeout. Hanover.
if Coach Spencer was worried about the Warriors maintaining their intensity, I don't think he has to
Frank,
worry.
there's
Yeah,
intensity.
yeah,
It's.
yeah.
I'll tell you what. There's no lightning on the field, but there's some
Yeah.
thunder and lightning on.
So yeah, I like to see that from an effort standpoint.
Tonight's game is co-sponsored by the dental care team from Ann McDonough Family and Cosmetic Dentistry.
Timeout for Hanover.
Located at 25 East State Street in Wyoming. Ann McDonough and team offer top-quality dental service to patients
Down
of
by
all
getting
ages.
there 3. So what do you got on the screen? Any comments? from the citizens?
There was inquiries about Maruk. All we could tell you about Maruk is that
Brooks went out with an injury. He will not be
Your
back.
smile.
and they took him away in the ambulance, which is not looking good. So
Anything like that will have to come from the family or the
Yes.
coaches, you know. Yeah, that's a tough one. So keep that young man in your thoughts, obviously, a leader on this team. Oh, a great contest. So this
Second and 3 for the
just a short
Warriors
week
at the
ago, we
5.
were celebrating his excellence at Pittsburgh, and now we're just hoping for the best as he's on his way to be evaluated. .8:21 left in the first half. The Warriors lead 16-0 in this 3A playoff contest. DeLuca turns to his left. He gets to Harris, and he's spinning, and he's down close to the goal line.
Frank, he's in.
Bill Harris on the carry.
Yeah.
Touchdown Warriors.
His third of the night on that 5-yard carry. So he got a little break. Quay Williamson came in, had some nice carries. As soon as his lungs were full again, he gets out there and he gets his third touchdown of the half and of the night.
I think he changed his shoes while he was on the sideline, Frank.
22-0. And I think that's Pat Nelson coming off.
That's what I love to see, Frank.
yeah,
You can't
that's,
tell his numbers.
Yeah,
He'll come off, Frank, he'll come off the field and shine up his helmet.
Yeah. Got that power eye formation here to give to Quay Williamson, and he's going to get a 2-point conversion. And it's 24-0 Warriors. 8:15 left.
That's Quay Williamson in for a 2-point conversion. 8 minutes and 15 seconds remaining
A lot of mud
in
on
the
that
second quarter.
Dylan Williams jersey. We've got to give him a lot of credit because he looks like I haven't seen Nick Elko tonight. But when Dylan Williams has had his chance this season, not only as a blocker but as a runner, he's been doing
Frank,
very
he
nice
answered
things.
the call.
Yeah.
He came into a 12-round fight, Frank, and he lasted all 12 rounds.
So that's the one thing that maybe a lot of people who are just casual observers of the program don't appreciate or understand. There's been a lot of significant injuries on this team this year. And it seems like the depth has really acquitted itself really well because next man up has been doing really well every time they've come in and replaced somebody on injury.
Frank, you remember hearing the old adage, be ready when coach calls your name?
Yeah.
Look at the Warriors. Every one of them have been ready.
There's no such thing as second string. There's one play away from being in the starter.
Warriors.
That's right.
Then Bednarski, Matthew Selwoski, James McCabe.
So Russin
Deep for Hanover.
will have the kickoff. Well, James McCabe back there for Hanover. Also, looks like number 22. That's Peter Hibbard. We'll see how far Riley can kick this in some terrible weather conditions. There's a boot, and it's going to hit at the 20 and be taken there by Hibbard. And he's got some room up the middle before Jarrell Shepalonis kind of jumps on him and rides him down at the 42-yard line. So a nice 22-yard return for Hibbard there. And somebody's faced down.
James McCabe on the return.
And that's always nice when you're on special teams and maybe somebody
Riley
wash in the
Russell
back
and Gerald Chapalonis
and you get a mouthful of mud. A mouthful of Kentucky bluegrass.
About the 41.
So we put in a call to Agostini's Bakery, and we're going to load the guys on the bus after this game. They're going to start up the ovens, get them to about 800 degrees, right? And then open the doors, and our guys are going to walk around until they're nice and dried out. And then once they're dried out, then we'll make the pizza.
Then we'll make the pizza. Pizza and wings, Frank.
Yeah.
And coffee, Frank, through those muddy jerseys.
Oh, yeah. And it looks like Hummer's going to go under center here. And he'll give over the left side, and there's no room there. Matt Wykoski, F.J. Bergini, Dimitri DePietro, Thomas Wykoski.
Hibbard brought down by the center of the Warrior line.
Call it no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. 7:54 left in this first half, and the Warriors lead 24-0. And I'm going to get a coffee.
One on the play, 2nd and 11.
Craig, you need your coffee, buddy?
I got it.
I'm fine.
This is mine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yours is black, Frank, right?
Yep, thank you. So those jerseys are looking nice.
Oh, I love it, Frank.
And Hummer's going to be under center now. There's too much of a risk with the snaps to go in the shotgun. There's a play action, and he's looking over the middle. He's got a receiver, and he makes that nice muddy field sliding.
Safe at first.
Yeah, he's safe.
And I think that was Hibbard again. And that's going to be a first
down.
down.
He was wide open if he was able to keep his feet.
Hummer's pass complete to Connor Hummer.
Connor Hummer, his brother.
Gave to the Warrior 49. That's good for first down.
And he He did a hook slide into third base there,
Yeah.
and he came up under the tag. Hummer under center. He's got Jared Kishbaugh split to the near side. 1st and 10 at midfield. He'll turn and give to Hibbert again. And a short gain, maybe a half a yard. Sammy Solomon.
Brought down by Sam Solomon.
F.J. Bercini in there on the tackle. Not much of a gain, maybe an eighth of a yard. So we'll call it 2nd and 7/8. Second and 9 and 7/8. See,
Yeah.
I went to Wyoming area.
Yeah.
It's 2nd and 9 and 7/8.
Right. 8.875.
That was Mr. Opeka.
6:31 left
Calculus
in the
class.
first half. Ball sitting just inside midfield. This takes away from the Hanover offense a little bit because I know they work out of the shotgun primarily. Now Hummer's got to be under center. And he'll take a short drop, and he is looking on the right sideline.
Oh.
And Dimitri DiPietro got up there and tipped the ball. But it was still there for the taking.
Hummer's pass intended for Bednarski incomplete. 3rd and 10.
That's number 11, Tanner Bednarski. And some of those numbers are getting almost impossible to read, but we'll rely on Mr. Foy for that. Because he's behind the glass. We're up in the elements. But I'm glad you made this call again because I do like being up here.
Well, you get a taste of what the kids are going through, Frank.
Let me hold that.
Sure.
We could have a little break there. 3rd and 10 now.
Sure.
As Hummer looks around, make sure everybody's got the play.
Craig, you wanted to have the bigger one, buddy?
And be offsides.
To the flag before the play. Encroachment penalty against the Warriors.
So that'll give Hanover a free 5 yards. And they'll mark that ball at the Wyoming area 44. And it'll give Hanover a more manageable 3rd down opportunity. 3rd and 5. They trail 24-0. There's 6:10 left in the half. Calling out some defensive changes there. Oh, and they might have drawn Warriors offside there, so there was some confusion on our defensive side of the ball. Some guys were changing up assignments there, and yeah, just I don't think it was really a hard count on the part of the Hanover quarterback. It was just more guys on the.
I just want to make a little note here. Warrior Nation has showed up. 104 people viewing right now live.
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's dry Warrior Nation. We got soggy Warrior Nation below us, but we still love it. So 1st and 10 now after 2 penalties, and Hummer fumbles the snap, picks it up, and he's going to make some room around the right side. Cameron Carr, and another flag comes in. So the pace of this game is getting just about as sloppy as the field conditions. And there's a penalty against Hanover. So 3 consecutive plays where we traded penalties. Good?
Yeah.
And that's a 10-yarder. And that'll take Hanover back to midfield. First and 20. So what was looking like a nice little drive, now they're going backwards again, and that's not going to help as they try to climb out of this 24-point hole. Got Jared Kishbaugh split to the near side here. Hummer will take the snap and play action, and he's looking over the middle again. It's intercepted by F.J. Bercini, and he'll take it down the left sideline inside midfield at the 50. Inside the 50 to about the 47-yard line.
Intercepted by F.J. Bercini.
So that could have been the same play that they ran earlier. And F.J. Bercini says, hey, I've seen this movie before. I'm going to buy some popcorn, and I'm going to intercept this pass, and I'm going to take it inside midfield. So good play recognition there by the junior, F.J. Bercini. And
Well, Hanover's not having any success trying to run the ball on our Warriors. Their only success is opening up is dumping it over the middle.
I don't see that Joe Curcio out there. He might have been injured, but I remember you guys calling his name a couple weeks ago. So Warriors with the ball at the Hanover 48. There's 5:40 left here. Looks like Williams and Harris again. There's the turn and the give to Harris.
Oh,
And
nice
he jumps
move.
over.
Harris on the carry. Connie Hummer.
Some blockers and
With the
tacklers.
stop.
He's got about 4 yards to the 45-yard line.
In the 45, 2nd and 7.
Frank,
So-
he's just not out there filling in. He's out there
yeah.
running. He's got running back skills that I didn't think he had.
So obviously in these kind of conditions, a lot of linemen wind up on the ground. Sometimes the only path over them is the leap over them, which scares me a little bit. But
It's a leap.
yeah. 2nd and 7, they'll call it now. DeLuca with the give to Harris again over the right side, and there's nothing there this time. And that was good penetration by Hanover. And Muddy Guy number 1 in on the tackle along with Muddy Guy number 2.
Harris will get on the carry.
Now
Right,
that's
number 20, number 77.
that's
Tanner
number
Bednarski with the
30,
initial.
rather. I'm sorry, 30.
Bednarski, okay.
No gain, 2nd,
Justin Stefanowicz.
3rd and 7.
.428 left in the half. 3rd and 7. DeLuca gives the ball to
nice
Harris over
move.
left side. He's got some
Counterplay.
yards, and he
We got a late
got a
pile
3 or
on.
4 yard carry.
On the
And another
carry.
flag comes in at the end of that play.
Unsportsmanlike.
Flag on the play.
And we'll see what they mark off here. As Harris took it over left side for about 3 or 4 yards. See some guys trying to shake some mud out of their face masks there. Craig, like you said, this is a game that you might even not remember the score 20 years from now, but hey, remember that playoff game we played against Wyoming area? And,
Holding, Wyoming area.
oh,
Holding penalty against the Warriors.
There's a game I will always remember. It was against
I
Tunkhannock.
remember that game, yeah.
It was the muddiest game I ever played in.
47.
All I remember is Jamie Cutzler looking for a clean towel in the 4th quarter on everybody's butt. Couldn't find one.
3rd and 15.
I think I was still in the locker room. He could have came in and got mine.
You were out there, weren't
I
you?
think, yeah. I think
That was Tunkhannock's homecoming
I
night.
think we were dirty after we broke through the sign. So 3rd and 17 at their own 46 now.
he's
DeLuca,
gonna
short
pass
drop,
right.
and he
He's
is
got his
looking on
man.
left sideline. And it's, in and out of the hands. Intended for Quay Williamson, I think it was, right? No? Who's that?
Now Brian
The Lucas pass
Williams.
intended for Brian Williams. Incomplete.
But you saw the way it came out of Dominic's hands. So unfortunately for Hanover, I don't think there's going to be too much. They're going to have to pass, but
Right.
it's not going to be easy. Because that's the only pass I've seen coming out of Dominic's hand like that all year.
That's right.
With these, and it's only because of these conditions.
That's the handicap
Yeah.
of the
Yep.
situation, right?
3:45 left in the first half of this 3A first-round playoff game between the Wyoming Area Warriors and the Hanover Hawkeyes. There'll be a timeout called by. How about we got any scores?
There's been a couple coming across, but
Need to extend a thank you to Booyah Burgers and Bites for providing some food for workers at tonight's game for pregame. Booyah Burgers located on Wyoming Avenue, Wyoming, serving fresh burgers, boneless chicken bites, milkshakes, and so on.
Berwick 14-0 over Pittston.
Eatbooyah.com.
Valley View
Once again,
13-0
thank you.
over, I don't know who they're playing. North Pocono 13-6 over West Scranton. Lake Lehman, Lakeland are 0-0 after one.
Now that's as close as I figured it would be. That's going to be that game might come down to the last possession.
Dallas 6-0 over Honesdale. Old Forge 12-7 over Lackawanna Trail.
So Warriors will punt
You
here.
look at it. Hannah Bednarski, deep for Hanover.
All those scores are quite old, though.
Okay. Harry will update us. There's a snap. DeLuca has it, and he gets it away, and it's a nice punt.
That's a good
A little
punt.
bit end over end, and it'll bounce at the 20-yard line inside the 20.
Narski field the punt taken out of bounds.
Sorry, everyone. I wasn't able to use two hands to try and move the camera up to see the punt.
And Hanover will start inside.
So it could be first down at about the 19.
First and 10 at their own 19. For the Warriors, that was the Blaze Solcash-Minnick that got down there and down that. So he's the snapper, and he got down and down the punt for the Warriors to pin the Hanover inside the 20. That Warriors sideline, that's looking like the rough at the British Open. And there's a couple guys that if they had a fishing pole right now, they could
go fishing here at Lake Sobieski?
Pull up a smallmouth bass there. And there's about 4 or 5 of them that are playing in that puddle, and they better hope they don't get their name called. Hummer with a short drop on first down, and it's intercepted again. Just like Dylan Williams, yeah. So they went back to that play.
He's rumbling, Frank.
And he
intercepted
at about the 20-yard line, about a 10-yard return. So it looked like the same play that F.J. Puccini intercepted on, and Dylan Williams said, this one's mine.
Frank, he dropped back in coverage and just waited.
He looked like he was intended receiver.
Interception return to the 6-yard line. First and goal, Warriors.
And he'll get a hand from his teammates. He's staying in there, obviously, as
he may get the call here, Frank.
Fullback. I see Jacob Mikolajczyk check in there. Getting some fresh bodies in there. Jaron Pullum-Rent, he's been in there. But not too many white pants. Leo Harris will check out. There's 3:26 left here in the first half. The Warriors lead 24-0 over Hanover. Say they got that power I formation.
Frank,
now
power I, first man through.
Quay Williamson takes the handoff, and he is over right side, and he's inside the 10.
So Quay Williamson on the carry. Advances to about the 5, second and goal.
We'll give him 5 yards on that first down carry, on first and goal carry. We're down to 3:03 left in the first half.
Western Wayne, 29-6 over Myers. It's a possible opponent for us next week, possibly?
I'm not sure of the bracket.
Solomon and Williams as the upbacks. There's the give to Quay Williams.
Nice move.
He shifts his feet, and he's going to
He's
be over
in,
the left
Frank.
side.
So Quay Williamson, touchdown Warriors.
Frank, he made a cut on the 1.5-yard line that got him in the end zone.
So Quay Williamson has the game's 4th touchdown for the Warriors, and that puts them up 32-0. Leo Harris had the first 3. 2:43 left in the half, and the Warriors go up.
Hazleton, 26-0 over Williamsport.
Wow. So that Dylan Williams, Sammy Solomon combination opening some nice holes for both Leo Harris and Quay Williamson. They're in that formation again. And there's the give to Williamson, and he bounces off a couple Hawkeyes. And
So Quay Williamson is in for the 2-point conversion.
32-0. So
2 minutes, 43 seconds remain in the second period.
4 2-point conversions attempted tonight, and
Warriors
4 converted.
32
4 were
and a
successful.
0.
Frank, he made a cut inside the hole. I thought they had him. He made a cut and he was gone.
He's another young man and plays stronger than he looks. You know,
Then he
he's
looks, right.
5'7", 160, so he's got some nice size in relation to his height.
He's streaky.
But he hit a couple Hanover players on that run, and they went backwards. He didn't. So 32-0.
Almost like they didn't want no part of him.
Right. So 2:43 left for Hanover to try and put something on the board here going into halftime. And then in the second half, we're going to have to see. There's a couple different schools of that. You know, where you want to come out, you want your guys to get their game legs. Good thing is they got a lot of running plays, so I think those linemen got their game legs. But I think we might see them for part of the third quarter still, maybe a series or two before Coach starts to empty the bench out a little bit. Yeah. Jaden Russin with the kickoff again.
Hold this, Frank, for a second.
Yeah, sure. And it's booted deep. It'll come down at the 20 and be taken by Hibbard. And he's trying to get his feet under him up the middle, and they're calling fumble. Jacob Williams was the first one to meet him at the 32-yard line. And then it looked like a scramble for the ball.
Well, you came out with the ball, Frank.
Fumble on the play, recovered by the Warriors.
It's like Jake Bush came out of there with it. Like I said, Jacob Williams was the first tackler to meet Hibbert there at the 32-yard line. Then it looked like it squirted out. It looked like Jake Bush came up with the fumble return. So
Recovered by Jake Bush.
big play for the senior there. And Warriors have a chance to put another one in before the first half is over.
Oh, yeah.
So at halftime, we may mute or we may go off, but we can't afford any more
First and 10
copyright
Warriors at the
violations.
34.
I think, well, you can mute it on there, right?
Yeah, I know. I've learned.
I don't see a band over there, Frank.
No, they had those dancers the last time.
Nice
There's a
delay.
give to Harris, and he spins, and he's down the right sideline for extra yardage, and he's to the 20-yard line for a 19-yard carry and a first down. 2:27 left
Harris
in the first
Brought down by Tanner Bednarski, gain to the 20. First and 10 Warriors.
Oh, we're just being told that at halftime, Joe Cocker's son, Bobby Joe Cocker, is going to come in and do a recreation of Woodstock on this field. So that'll be interesting. And we'll look for. Well, we'll turn the mic off, but we'll definitely have that.
We're not allowed.
Little Bobby Joe Cocker doing a Woodstock recreation. DeLuca turns and gives the ball to Harris, and he's over center, and he spins out. And
He's still going, Frank.
Still going, yeah.
Notice the one thing that he's doing, he is using two hands on the ball all the time.
Good point there.
Gain to about the 10. Looks like it'd be first and goal.
Good ball security. Hey, we said, who was it, Coach Knoll? You do the ordinary things in an extraordinary way. You have fundamentals, hang on to the ball that way.
No loaf of bread there, Frank. He's carrying a gallon of milk.
He's taking what the offense is giving him. Good vision. And we've seen him run the ball.
Very good vision. He's a short guy, Frank, looking over those linemen.
First and goal.
Here we go.
Luca
It's
takes it around
DeLuca.
left end. He's following Harris. He's following Sammy Solomon, and he's inside the 5. And he'll be taken down close to...
Down at DeLuca on the carry, brought down inside the 1.
Yeah, they mark it inside the 1.
Second and goal.
9-yard carry over Harris over Sammy Solomon.
Well,
the junior quarterback.
The wind's picking up a little bit here at Jake Sebeski Stadium, so it should dry this field out a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I can see the 50 starting to dry up already.
About 7/8%.
I'm feeling the umbrella come out of my hand a little bit.
Second and goal inside the 1. Power I. DeLuca takes the ball himself for the right guard, and he'll be in for the touchdown. With 51
Quarterback sneak
seconds
down at DeLuca. Touchdown Warriors.
He's quick to get off the field. He's come in and get his 2-point conversion play here, Frank.
Yeah. So we'll attempt at 2 points here again. This is going to be mercy rule now. I think it already was, right? Yeah. So we'll be under mercy rule conditions now. Luca will turn, and he is looking to pass, and he's looking for Derek Ambrosino. And it's incomplete. Sammy Solomon also in the neighborhood there. So just looking to do something a little
Luca's
different on
pass
that.
for the 2-point conversion is
2-point conversion
incomplete.
play, so guys are just teeing off.
50.6 seconds remain in the first half.
Gotta show them a
Warriors
little
39, 38, Hanover 0.
So 38-0 now, and we will be under mercy rules as long as that lead stays at 35 points or more. And here there's a small contingent of fans down to our left side, and they're actually chanting mercy rule, mercy rule. Okay, so the stand may have run out of hot chocolate, and that might be their best option here at this point. Then. So 51 seconds left in the half, and.
Oh, Frank, look who graces us with his presence.
Hey, the boss!
Hiya, Nick.
What's going
How
on?
are you, sir?
Good to see
Hey,
you.
good to see you.
A little better circumstances, but hey,
It's all right. How you been? Nick Perugini, who, as many of you know, started these broadcasts in 1957, was right? And when he moved away, Carl and I said, "Hey, we gotta find a way to recreate this." But we never imagined we'd be up on the press box on November 2nd in the pouring rain. But that's all right.
That's a nice
So here's the
line drive
return
kick.
up the middle of
big hit.
Hibbert, and he's hit hard and spilled at the 36-yard line. And that will be where Hanover will take over, down 38-0 with 45 seconds left.
Sajelka.
On the return,
So sneak in here closer to the mic.
brought down at the
How you been?
36, first
All
down.
good, all good. I've been listening to you guys all year. It's been a great season.
Yeah,
Been really
that's
enjoying following the Warriors here.
Undefeated for only the third time in our history, and I saw that you made the rundown nice. And what I noticed about that is I think they had the most offensive points per game of the three teams that went undefeated, and they
Yes.
allowed the least amount of points on defense of the three teams that.
Yeah.
So if those three teams, if the members of those three teams are vying for bragging rights, this 2018 version might have.
Well, that's true, but there's a little bit of football to be played
Oh,
yet,
yeah.
so
You're right.
those numbers could
You're-
even go more positive.
You're right about that.
But
So-
yeah, this is quite a team here. This is the first time I've gotten to see him in person, and I like what I'm seeing, even though the conditions here are terrible.
Oh, yeah.
But
Hummer gives the ball, and looks like they're just going to run a couple plays and trying to get into the
Peter Hibbert
locker
on the
room.
carry.
Not much gain there for Peter Hibbert. It'll be second and 10.
Anthony Scalzo was in on the
So
tackle.
what do you see that you like about the teams in maybe comparison to previous Warrior
No
teams?
gain, second and 10.
I'll tell you, I think I'm really impressed with the speed of the defense. Those kids, nobody gets outside on this team that I've been watching all year. And this number 22 kid, this Harris, I'll tell you, he can run. I'm very impressed with his foot speed. He
freshman,
just really picks his holes, and very impressive. But they're big up front, and like I said, a lot of speed. So all the way around.
So that's halftime. The Warriors lead 38-0, and this we're under mercy roll. It looks like it's almost picking up in intensity.
And number 0.
So we look like we had a tough injury in the first half. Corey Baruch went out. He's being taken for evaluation. We'll hope for the best there, but didn't look good. And that's definitely a blow to the team in their first playoff game. But,
I guess that's been sort of a story here too, though, is that there's been a lot of injuries with the line, and the next guy up is performed apparently. So
this team is very deep. Like I said, I think Coach at one point said we've had 6 or 7 starters miss 3 games or more during the season. So usually for a team that doesn't spell any level of success, but obviously they were still, like you said, the backups were in a position where they were prepared to come in and almost replicate the same level of production as the person that they replaced, and that's why that's part of a big reason why they're 10-0 and leading 38-0 in the first half of this game.
Yeah, very impressive. Like I say, they have size and speed and depth. So hopefully they'll be able to make a good run in the playoffs. I remember, of course, you probably remember when the Warriors won the districts there with led by Nick O'Brien and Jordan Zeza and those guys, and Carl, and that was a fabulous year.
It was.
Seems
like in some ways, in some ways it seems like 20 years ago. In some ways it seems like last year, right? It's just,
I know. I look at some of these kids; they look so young now. We were doing this. We started probably about 8 or 9 years ago with the broadcasts, and we always had a lot of fun. Of course, my partner Sean Carroll, we always had a good time in the booth, and got a lot of support all the time.
My wife would say, "What are you laughing about? I thought you were watching a football game." And I said, "Oh, I'm listening to Sean and Nick and whatever Sean would come off with." So,
as you guys have learned so well this year, that sometimes some of these games get a little bit lopsided, and you have to come up with some material, one way or another. But that was always good to have Sean there because he would throw some rock and roll trivia questions out.
You never knew what was going to come out of his mouth or his head, and the dangerous thing is maybe he didn't know what was going to come out of his mouth or his head. But it was.
I certainly didn't.
It was certainly entertaining, and just like sometimes. your partner's reaction to what the person says is as funny as what the person says.
That's
and
right.
when you would break up at what he would say, then I would, and my wife would come in and say, she'd see me on the laptop. I thought you were watching a football game. I said, I'm watching a football game. I'm watching Sean and Nick. So yeah, good memories.
Yeah, it was good memories.
And
You guys, I'm really happy to see you guys are following up, and you know, you got the technology now with the YouTube. And,
yeah, they made it a little bit easier. You know,
yeah, as you know, when we tried to sort of put this together a few years ago, it was
cables
and
cameras and
it was you know, bubble gum and shoestrings really.
Technology is a wonderful thing. We couldn't have done this even 2 years ago on YouTube because we were limiting. I think they were just rolling out their live stream at that time.
Right.
They were limiting to people that had 1,000 or more subscribers. We'll never have 1,000 or more. I think we were about 200.
Right.
But you know, it took us most of the year last year to learn the system, and then when the live stream took away the old grandfather accounts, we kind of scrambled. What can we do here? But to just be able to have a phone and be able to bring people to broadcast, and the great thing about it is just the alumni connection that you get. We hear from people in Alabama, Florida,
St.
and that's
Louis.
that's what I know. That's what you intended it for, to keep the
Oh.
alumni engaged, and to be able to continue to do that is
Well, families, brothers,
grandparents.
you know, grandparents. I mean, when we got, I remember we would have people come in from chat in from Hawaii, and when we were playing PA one game, there were some PA relatives from California that came in, very nice and complimentary. But it was sort of a fun thing to be able to sort of connect people, and of course, you know, you never leave WA. I mean, I'm living in Maryland now, and believe me, every Saturday morning. Well, I listen to the games on Friday when you guys are on, and every Saturday morning I get up and get the website. I'll grab the material from the Times Leader and the Citizen's Voice, and then I'll you know, get the photos from Golden, Bob
Stanley
Zawardi,
Jaworski sometimes,
and Stan Jaworski, and it's sort of nice. I enjoy.
Well, the beauty of the phone is that we were able to take this on the road. We can go anywhere.
Yeah.
We can go in the bleachers at Myers. And
we've gotten good courtesy from a lot of the opposing teams. So for those of you who don't know, Nick runs the WyomingAreaFootball.org site, and he does a great aggregation of the weekly stories. You know, and the Warriors have been well covered this year. You know, we got a female kicker, Aaliyah Cranston, who's done some great things. They won a district championship last night in soccer.
Very
gold
impressive.
medal. And
they were here last night with 7 fire engines ringing the bell.
Just
they had a parade. They had a parade down Wyoming Ave.
A fun team to follow. And if you saw last week, we had Jimmy Miller, who was a much-loved junior.
Oh, that was a great story. That was a great story.
To get a touchdown pass, catch a touchdown pass in the closing moments of the Pittston area game. He has that. He could say that forever. I scored a touchdown in the Pittston area game. And it's just a very close-knit team. Good senior class, but a lot of strength in the junior class. And we're seeing some freshmen like we have Leo Harris just stepping right in. So just a fun team to follow, and that's what we continually hear from the alumni. Tell me more about this Corey Maruck. Tell me more about Dominic DeLuca. Tell me more about FJ Braccini, because they are the kind of kids that you want to root for. They're just that enjoyable, and you can see the interactions on the sidelines.
I'll tell you, I enjoyed. I saw on the video on. I guess it was on YouTube, or maybe it was Facebook. But it was, I guess, the kids in the locker room after the PA game with Jimmy Miller and giving him the Facebook, giving him the game ball. I thought that was great. That gave me goosebumps.
Oh, yes.
And I said, you know, that's how I remember
Program
Wyoming area football and. You know, like I said, for me, it's great to come back here. I saw, you know, Lou Ciampi and
the boss.
And I was able to say hello to Joe Pisano and the coaches. The coaches, I'm really happy as much for the players and the parents and the coaches because you know, well, you've been around this program for a long time. Coaches put in so much hard work. And
we don't give them enough credit. But you know, if you were gonna. If somebody said, hey, I'm moving from wherever, North Dakota or Minnesota, I have a son, he's 7th grade, he loves football. You know, what program should he play for? You'd have to highly recommend the Wyoming Area Football program. Because you look at the up and down the coaching roster, and the level of play that they play. Rich Mashinsky holds Division II records. Kenny Kopechny was a great receiver at East Stroudsburg. Joe played at University of Pittsburgh. Jimmy Pisano was on a national championship for the University of Massachusetts. So, and they not only love football, they love the kids.
Yes,
and they invest themselves emotionally in the kids, and they're teaching life lessons to these kids, not just football. And
well, I think back about
I
think about the experience my son had here, and the 3 years. Well, he played as a freshman, even 4 years playing for Wyoming area. Just he wouldn't trade it for the world, and he made so many friends here.
Friends for life.
Friends for life. The coaches. He's still close with Julian Kempenny and Chris Murphy and a lot of those guys.
That was another good group. Yeah.
It was a good group, and like you say, the life lessons. You not only learn how to win, but you learn how to lose, and that's an important lesson too.
So brag on Nick for a while. He's a doctor now, right?
Well, he's a doctor. He just graduated from Widener got his degree in physical therapy.
Yeah.
So he's down in the Philly area doing real well. Very proud of him, of course.
He came in last year. And came to one of our alumni meetings and did however I could help. And I think Coach Spencer actually had him talk to the team about how to train and what to eat and how to take care of your body. So appreciate that. And I've only been in his presence a few times, but the way I would describe him, he's a man with a plan. I always see, even as a young man, he just seemed like, very sure of himself. He knew what he wanted to accomplish in life, and it's nice to see him go out and attain that status. Dr. Perugini, all right.
Well, it's like I said, I'm very proud of him. And I was just telling someone here today. I said, it's when your kids are in high school and you're able to go to these football games. I used to think, boy, this was the greatest time ever. But you know what? Even when they get older, it's all great. Yep. It's all good. It's very good to see them, go out on their own and become responsible and
a different phase, another phase to enjoy.
Another phase, and it's.
Well, you said about enjoying the games. Carl used to say when Carl played, he wanted to get here early because he wanted to experience everything about just the hour before the game, the band coming in, the whole sense of it. And I tell people that if it's a nice Friday night, come and sit in the stands, see how the night unfolds, see the band get there, see the students get there, and that's the best compliment that we get is when somebody says, "Hey, for a couple hours, you gave me a little slice of home." And it just made it that much better to end the week. So
well, and like I said, I sort of enjoy it too. I'm sitting usually down in Maryland on a Friday night, and I'll put you guys on and listen, and I'll see the whole thing, and it's very enjoyable.
Okay.
I have such good memories of Wyoming area football and the whole sports scene, and
we wouldn't be here tonight if you didn't start this. So we owe a big debt to you, and we'll do it for as long as we can. And we have fun with it. Hey, we make a lot of mistakes.
No, you guys
We've dropped
are great.
cameras, microphones, but you just have fun with it.
I'll tell you a little story. When we were, when we did win districts, and we ended up going down, into the state round, and we were playing Penn Argyll.
I remember that. Yeah, that was
and Sean and they set us up. Of course, there was real press there at that time, and so we were sort of pushed out to the edge of the outside of the press box. So we're sort of set up on a little stool, and it starts snowing.
I remember listening to that game. Yeah.
Sean and I Sean has his coffee, and he spills his coffee on the computer. And I thought for sure, this is the end. This is the end of the Wyoming area broadcasting. And,
but you lived through it, right?
We worked through it in the snow, and unfortunately we lost that game.
That was tough.
But it was tough. But that was a great team. It was a great experience.
That's what I enjoyed about it. You don't take it too seriously. You don't take yourself too seriously, but we look forward to it every week. And it says, we always say, like, it's over already? It's like 2.5 hours go real quickly. And, the simplicity now, the YouTube setup, you don't have to set up the camera, the cables, and whatnot. I
used to come here at like
early,
3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I used to lug up all of my desktop computer and everything else, and plug it all up, and make sure it all worked. And it was touch and go many times.
Yeah, it's heavy stuff. Man.
Now you got a phone.
I did Berwick game. That was my first game that I did by myself. last year, and I set everything up. I got everything, and then the Berwick coaches were in the booth with me, so I'm trying to look around them, and hey, just had a laugh, you know. But we got through it, and we gave them. That was the start.
Yeah, we had a few awkward moments where we were jammed in next to some of the coaches, and they maybe weren't liking what we were saying, but it was all fun. But
well, we've always gotten great courtesy from the school district, the administration. Joe always asks us, is there anything I can do to help you with? So when you get that kind of appreciation from the program, and Lou hasn't been, if you see him down there, tell him come up. Tell him we're up here. He hasn't been up here for a couple games, you know. I think
that's hard to believe.
Well,
Lou usually doesn't straighten the microphone.
Well, we had the one game we were using the microphones, and they were repeating. So he thought he made a mistake, but I said, no, it was just us. We were standing too close together. And there's a better backup. But if you see him down there, tell him to come up during the second half and give like a yearly rundown. So
I will do that.
Appreciate you coming up. We'll be here. We'll be here next week. Yeah, good to see you.
And I'll be listening.
All right.
Hopefully for the next several weeks.
Looks like we'll be here definitely next week, and barring some catastrophe.
Yeah.
And then we'll see who we prep is.
Looks like the grounds crew might have their hands full this week. It's going to be tough.
I don't know. Did you ever see the field like this the whole time you were?
I have never seen anything close to this myself.
I don't think we've gone, Carl. I don't think we've gone 3 days without rain since Memorial Day.
Right.
You almost laugh. I can't believe the river's not higher than it is, but this is. It's quickly deteriorating. And that's what we said. The officials were almost definitely going to try to get this game in tonight, barring any kind of lightning or not, because there's no guarantee that tomorrow the field would be even better, could be worse after it sits there.
You're absolutely right. That's a good point. Well, I'm glad they sort of get this behind them.
That'll be interesting to see how it takes the weather during the week. And it looks like we'll play either Western Wayne or Lakeland, which are two nice teams. Valley View has probably the best team in that conference, and both of those teams played Valley View very tough this year. So next week is definitely a step up in competition and a step up in challenge.
Oh yeah, both of those teams will be a challenge. I think so. From here on,
it's going to be tough.
It'll be interesting. But I like what I see tonight here, Frank.
Yeah, so, we talked about last week. The leadership is Dominic DeLuca, Cameron Carr, F.J. Bercini, Corey Maruck. And what we like about it is almost like a fearlessness, and just
they look very confident.
Yeah,
and
when you have that kind of poise and that kind of talent, that's a tough combination.
Yeah.
So hey, thanks very much. Good to see you.
Good work,
thanks, Nick.
All right, take care.
All right, boss. Take care.
Carl.
That's Nick Perugini.
Take care.
Nick Perugini, the godfather of the Wyoming area football broadcasting. Hey, thanks, buddy. The teams are starting to come back on for the second half. Warriors lead 38-0. We're 3 minutes away from resuming play.
I can't see it, Fred. That's okay. Don't worry.
If by some chance you're just joining us or rejoining us, the Warriors lead 38-0. He had 3 first half touchdowns by Leo Harris and 2 by Quay Williamson, and 4 two-point conversions converted. Did not attempt a kick on any of the touchdowns in the first half. Ready?
No, I'm ready. We're ready. We do have an answer. There was an inquiry earlier about whether we've played either Lakeland or Wyoming area. That's the team that we're slated to play next weekend. We beat Lake Lehman 29-7 about 5 weeks ago. They stayed with us the first half.
It was 7-0 in the first half.
Yeah, and then we pulled away in the second half. They are a quality team, and it will be a challenge.
So what, do we have a score on that? Lakeland, Lake Lehman?
0-0.
At halftime. That's.
Wow. So it looks like a lot of good defensive teams on that Lackawanna County. So the storyline we're looking for in the second half is what level of starters. So we'll look for what kind of starters come back and how long they might play in the second half.
I don't think Oh,
One thing I saw about Hanover, I think I counted about 26 players during warm-ups. 2 or 3 of those guys had sweats on. They might be injured. We talked about Joey Curcio. We haven't called his name tonight. He might have been injured. So they don't have a lot of depth on that roster at this point of the season. So attrition could become a factor. There's going to have to be guys. They really don't have a deep second string roster, so they're going to probably have to play much of their first string the entire game, just for no other reason than they don't have more than 22 or 23 players dressed. They'll get the ball to start the second half. Jaden Russin is setting up on his 40 to kick this off. I'm looking for that roster again. Greg, who's that?
Looks like the rain is slowing down here a little bit. Or could it just be that I'm under Craig's umbrella?
I don't know, yeah. I don't know.
Jaden Russell.
So we'll do our best to pick up some of these numbers as the Warriors maybe go a little deeper into the bench in the second half.
Deep for him.
Russin sets up for 40 here at Cleveland Municipal Stadium in 1972. And there is the kick, and that's going to roll out of bounds.
Kick goes out of bounds.
So smart of that Hanover returner to let it roll and go out of bounds. Took a little bit of a chance there, but they will benefit from that in terms of field position. I see Cameron Carr coming on the field with Sammy Solomon. So it looks like Dominic DeLucas. So first string defense is going to be out there at least for the first possession of the second half. Leo Harris.
Looks like he washed his jersey while he was in there at halftime.
Who's that? Leo?
Leo Harris.
Jacob Williams checks out. Yeah. Might have put a little Clorox over them, the numbers there.
He painted a number back on.
So number 6, that's Aaron Hummer. He is the senior quarterback. He's in the shotgun again, and he'll give the ball to Hibbard over left side, and there's simply no room there as Derek Ambrosino and J.P. Gashai tackled him for about a 2-yard gain and brings second and 8. 11:35 left in the second half. We're under mercy rule with the Warriors leading 38-0. Jared Kishbaugh will be split to the near side here along with number 11. That's Tanner Bednarski. 2 receivers over here on the near side. Now Hummer steps up under center. He will take the snap, turn, and give over the left side to Hibbard, and no room once again.
Actually, Carl, I think you are a little bit right. The drops are not as big and not as frequent.
Bring up a 3rd and 7 for Hanover. Hanover has a D1 prospect on that line. Is he still out there? It's number 75, Justin.
75 is still out there for
Justin Kopko. He had an offer from West Point Army. I think he decommitted.
3rd and 8.
3rd and 8 now, and Hawkeyes will send 2 receivers to the far side. They've got Augie George here on the near side. Hummer will send number 8 in motion on a sweep, and Warriors sniffed that out pretty quickly.
Frank Cameron Carr saw that
Cameron
coming
Carr trying to carry, brought down by Dante Devani. Loss of a yard, 4th and 9.
I saw him smiling from here, Frank. He turned that play back inside.
As he has done so many times.
That's one of the advantages of being as tall as he is. He gets to actually look over.
You're right. It's a good point.
The smaller guy trying to block him.
Deep for the Warriors.
So Harris and Brian Williams at their own 35. Here's the snap, and looked like almost somebody got in there quick, and then Brian Williams is just going to call a fair catch at the 34-yard line.
Catch, first down Warriors at the 38.
9:47 left in the third quarter, and the Warriors lead 38-0. So this is the point of the game where you could pick up some bait. Right, if you find yourself on the
They take a
ground,
35.
shove that in your sock, and then you'll have that for fishing tomorrow.
That's
man.
right. The worms are aplenty out there, Frank.
Jake Bush split to near side. Brian Williams at the top of your screen. DeLuca will turn and give to Quay Williamson, and that's nice penetration by Hanover. And that's number 54.
There are Harrells
56,
on the
right?
carry.
56.
Charles Stewart and Justin Stefanovich in on the stop. No gain, second and 10.
Frank, he hit Sequoia in the backfield,
Yeah.
but he still had the presence to get at least another yard.
Good penetration by Hanover that time, so they're still playing with some intensity. You know, a lot of it is personal pride. You say,
Personal.
hey, okay, my team might be down, but I'm still going to do my best.
Playing.
Yeah.
I'm doing my thing.
Well,
Fumble
snap there,
on the
Jacob
play,
Williams
picks
that
it back
time,
up.
and he's looking for somebody to give it to before he's thrown down there by, that's number 4 for Bobby Sadecki. For Hanover, threw him
Ball,
down.
Jacob Williams.
So it looks like Jacob Williams has control and charge of the offense now here
Third and
on the
13.
first possession for the Warriors in the second half.
It's nice to see Dominic getting some time off and not taking any chances.
Yeah, especially with what's happened tonight, he'll play a more prominent role over the next couple of weeks. You got to get by next week. You go 1 week at a time at this point. Brian Williams is split to the near side here. Jacob Williams under center. He will turn and give it to Leo Harris, looks like, and he's got 4 or 5 yards up to the 36 over the right side.
Quay
of that
Williamson
line. Quay Williamson.
on the carry. Stefanovich and Stewart
And
in
I
on
see a
stop.
lot of clean numbers and white jerseys
Fourth and
running
8.
out there. That is the punt kick team. 4th and 8. And the Warriors will give the ball back to Hanover with 7:36 left here in this second half. I think that's Blaze Sokash-Minnick who's going to punt. He is.
Blaze Sokash Minnick to punt. Hannah Bednarski deep for Hanover.
Oh, Blaze did a good job of just to get away there. That was a smart
Pull
thing
it
to
down
do.
and
Yeah. So that Hanover punt return team, realizing that they had that second unit in there, made a nice rush.
Sokash Minnick brought down.
And
the ball
Blaze
from
did well, because if he tried to get that out, that was going to be
Hanover.
blocked.
it could have been a disaster, Frank.
Yep. So Hanover will have good field position at the Warrior 25. And they're just fighting for a little bit of respect here. Nasir Condry I see out there. Dylan Williams. Derek Ambrosino's going to take his end spot. Hummer will send number 8 in motion, and he will turn and give the ball over the left side to Hibbard. He's got 4 or 5 yards there over the left side of that line. Dylan Williams ran him down there on the right sideline. Quay Williamson. Bring up about a second and call it 6
Jake Mikulajczyk in on the stop.
at the 21-yard line. Jake Mikulajczyk in there now for the Warriors, senior
Second
defensive
and
end.
7.
Still Lakeland, still 0-0. Berwick 21-0 over PA. Hummer, 2nd and 6. He will send. That's a
Broken play,
broken
Frank.
play, and then who's up there? Caleb Graham in there. JP Gashai.
Caleb Graham
Tanner Bednarski.
in on the tackle.
Motion there.
Loss on the play, 3rd and 8.
So Caleb Graham in there from his end position. See Nasir Condry, Anthony Scalzo still in there, JP Gashai. Jake Bush in the backfield with Riley Russin.
I just went down in our little cubby downstairs in the press box, and it's been inhabited by a number of people trying to stay dry.
Oh, wow. Well, they're glad we came
Dominic
up there, weren't
DeLuca's mother, Riri's in there taking pictures, and a lot. Mr. Pisano's also in there.
We're going to watch Nasir Condry here from his linebacker position.
Oh,
And,
that's swallowed
good
up.
penetration there.
I think
Dante
that's
Bavani.
Gashai.
Yeah, Dante
Number
Bavani.
50.
Number 9 to carry brought down by Dante Bavani.
Bavani swallowed up in the backfield.
Loss of about a yard, 4th and 10.
4th and 10 for the Hawkeyes. At the Warrior 25, there's 4:54 left in this third quarter, and the Warriors lead 38-0. Oh, looks like a new quarterback for Hanover there. That's Augie George. And Augie will take a straight drop. Now he's rolling to his right. He's under pressure. Anthony Scalzo's got him. And that allows J.P. Gashai to come up. And Caleb Graham.
Augie George brought down attempting the pass.
And that'll give the ball back to the Warriors.
Anthony Scalzo,
And they'll have
Caleb Graham.
at the 40.
James Gashai in on the stop.
So Augie George that time.
Warriors take over on downs, 1st and 10 at the 35.
Put the snap, straight drop. And he was set upon very quickly by Graham, Scalzo, and J.P. Gashai. Jacob Williams checks in with the play. Got Jake Bush split to the near side. Riley Russin split to the far side. He turns and gives to a fresh Warrior ball carrier there.
Vincenzo Scotto Deluzio on the carry brought down by Charles Stewart.
Deluzio, the senior, for the Warriors.
Loss of about 2, 2nd and 12.
He goes 5'9", 180, and he lost about 2 yards on the carry there. I saw 54 Tavon Hines in there for the tackle for the Hawkeyes, as he has been on a number of tackles tonight. 3:06 left in the third quarter. Now it looks like Adam Sigmund in there now for the Warriors at one of the split end positions. Turn and give to Scotto Deluzio again over that right side, and he keeps his feet moving. He's got about 3 or 4 yards up to the 38-yard line. Give the Warriors a third and a long 7.
3rd and 8.
At their own 38-yard line.
He's moving around good though. He's moving around good.
Good.
Just tweaked it probably.
Yeah.
Williams takes the snap, and there's a give to the first back through.
Oh, Frank, nice.
And that's Colby Gashai fighting for yards.
Gashai.
And he's up to
Stewart
about the
again on the
44-yard
stop.
line. So close to a first down, so a nice carry by
Gain is
Colby
to
Gashai there.
44, 4th and 1.
And it looks like they're going to go for it. Hey, Rocco Bazzano checks in there, number 3 for the Warriors. As Sigmund checks out. Number 31, I believe that's Peter Calamaris, he checks out. So 4th and short, and the Warriors are going to go for it. He's got Rocco Bazzano split to the far side. Thomas Collins on the near side. Williams will give to Colby Gashai, and he gets pushed ahead by Williams there to get the first down and
Colby Gashai.
retain possession, keep possession for the Warriors.
Came to the 46,
46-yard line.
1st and 10 Warriors.
So nice series by the young guys, keeping the ball on the ground. Got 7 on 3rd and long, and got the 4th and short. And running this clock down. 1:20 now left in the third quarter. Warriors lead 38-0.
And we still have 98 loyal listeners,
Beautiful.
watchers,
What
viewers.
else are you going to do on a rainy Friday night?
They're not wet.
Yeah, you're right.
Frank, is that Nasir Condry in the
Backfield? No, that's Scotto Deluzio.
Okay.
And I think the up back is Gashai. So this field, as you can see on your tablet, phone, or TV screen, if you're streaming the broadcast, it looks like one of those impressionistic paintings from the 1700s that some kid went into the Louvre with and is just throwing brown paint at. Oh, fumbled snap there, and Scotto DeLugio does well to just pick it up and get back to the line of scrimmage.
Fumble on the play recovered by Scott.
That'll probably be the last play of the third quarter. The Warriors lead 38-0.
At this point, we should tell our loyal listeners that, or viewers, that tonight at 9:30, Wyoming area hockey starts.
Yeah.
That's right.
You're heading down there, huh?
I'm heading down there. I'll see if they will allow me to
I think they will.
telecast.
So,
But it will be nice and cold there.
there's parts of this field that may not see grass again until the Swallows of Capistrano return. That's going to be a challenge this week for that ground crew. So that's the end of the third quarter with the Warriors leading 38-0
Third quarter.
over the Hanover Hawkeyes. And I put those 4 fingers in the air. We own the fourth quarter. Well, they've owned the first 3 quarters tonight. And the fourth quarter should be no different.
Sad thing about this time of year, the grass really does not grow with the weather. The grass is actually dormant, and we're going to probably be seeing this mud next week.
So I'm going to scan the sidelines. I want to spot the overall muddiest Warrior. And right now I'm going to give that that award to Dylan Williams. Although Derek Ambrosino is a close second. Thomas Wojtkowski's putting a bit in, but he's got a little too much white on the back end of his pants. Right now I have to give it to Dylan Williams. Bryce Hinkle, he's in that running there. He could get the bronze medal. Dante DeLuca always makes a nice showing in the mud contest. FJ Bertini. These are some guys I think after the game, after they ring the bell, they're just going to sit on that bench in the locker room and look down and say, I like this. I like being muddy and wet and cold and winning a playoff game in November. I like this. So they might not get dressed for a couple hours. So first down, and I'm goofing around here, and I missed the pass attempt to
Riley Russin.
Riley Russin, number 4.
3rd and 15.
I apologize, Riley.
That was a good attempt.
Yeah. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 15, and now I think it's picking up in intensity.
Yeah, it is. Actually getting thicker.
Yeah, so you made the mistake of saying it was slowing down, and Mother Nature didn't care for that.
She didn't like that.
She didn't like
so
that.
She blessed us with
She
some
accelerated. John O'Brien, number 41, checks in for the Warriors at the left split end.
I thought I seen
Matty
O'Brien
Benton.
like that.
Matty Unbelievable here at the right split end. Jacob Williams will turn, and he'll pitch and give to Scotto DeLugio. And he's picking his way to a nice carry down the right sideline, and he's inside the 50.
Yeah.
And they're having a little fun with that as he went out of bounds, and he went about 17 yards on his back. And the Hanover guys also made some mud angels down there.
I would have to say Hanover's in the same boat as us, the muddiest players. They would have a lot of people in the running.
You know, Frank, I think Vincenzo just took over the dirtiest uniform.
Yep, you're right. Hey, Giovanni Sancho, number 16, checked in with a clean jersey. So we're going to have to put a little mud on him. 10:08 left in the contest, and he is the setback there with Colby Gashai. And he will get the carry over right side, and he is to the 40 and beyond. And he gave a stiff arm there. He said, hey, I like this clean jersey. I'm not going down if I don't have to.
Taken out of bounds at
nice 10-yard carry for the senior. First down for the Warriors, 9:39 left in the contest. They lead 38-0. So everybody with a helmet getting in on the action. We got some guys waiting there. John O'Brien, Clay Sokash-Minnick waiting for his turn. Thomas Collins. Sancho is the tailback again with Gashai. And he will get the ball around right side again. He's got some blockers in front of him.
Hey,
he'll pick up 2 or 3 yards behind Colby
Gashai. Again on the carry, brought down
nice block by number 66, Sean Kostak.
Tonight's hockey game, just had an inquiry. Tonight's hockey game is at the Toyota Pavilion up in Cole Street, I believe.
Cole Street.
9:30.
I'd go with you, Craig, but I got some pizza at home waiting.
Jaden Russin had a nice
Well, I can
block
always
on
stop
that right
by.
Yeah, right?
there. 2nd and 7 at the Hawkeye 37. 8:37 left in the game. Gas shot.
We got a fumble on the play, but he still gets it off.
Nice. I think that's Enzo Scotto DeLuca.
And a couple of yards.
For about a 3 or 4 yard carry. And it is
Scott DeLuca on the carry.
So after he scraped about 17 pounds of mud out of his back hip pad,
Brought down to the 35.
girdle
35.
pad, right? They still have
Right,
girdle
now-
pads? They still have girdle pads?
Now we need the weight roster.
Yeah.
Actually, we should take a time right now to look at these Hanover players. Some of these Hanover players, that they're seniors. This is the last
right,
time
yeah.
they will put on the uniform, probably.
Good point. Yep, we'll,
They are giving a valiant effort.
I'll run down that.
Way to go.
yeah.
Congratulations,
Good point.
gentlemen.
Play
I think
Socash
some of them
Minnick.
are having fun saying this. They will never
Yeah,
forget this
definitely.
night.
Play Socash Minnick.
We got a fumble on the
Fumble
play.
snap. And yeah, Craig, that's a good point. I'm glad you said
Hanover
that. So.
recovered.
Ball on the play,
Hey,
recovered by Hanover.
let's give these Hanover area seniors a shout out as we did last week with the Pittston seniors. We got number
Recovered
1,
by
Gerald Johnson,
Michael
wide receiver,
Melvicius.
defensive back. Number 5, Christian
First down,
Buckley,
Hanover
running back, D-back.
at the 35.
Aaron Hummer, the quarterback. Number 6, Jared Kishba, number 17, receiver. James McCabe, number 25, he's a fullback. Cameron Hoffman, number 36. Justin Kopko, as we said, 75, offensive lineman, D1 candidate. We got Matthew Beecham, another senior, 76. And number 88, Christian Rich. That's your Hanover
All right, way to go,
senior
guys.
class for 2018. Hey,
Good job, guys.
takes a lot of courage to play this game.
That's right.
Takes a lot of courage to commit to a program. There are seniors that could say that they left this program in a better place. They had 0 wins last year. They had 3 wins this year. They're playing in a game in conditions that they'll never forget.
Right.
So hats off to these guys. There's the give around right hand to number 2 for Hanover. And that's Augie George.
Michael George on the carry. Quadri Sessions. Jacob
If you look at the Hanover sidelines, they don't have a deep
No, that's
bench.
Well,
You
South
mentioned
Carolina
about 12 to
15.
15 players, and I hope they get some people to come out next year.
They used to have a big program.
Yep.
They have a rich tradition at Hanover, and coach just needs some numbers to work with. 2nd and about 15 now at their own 30. 6:21 left, and George will pitch the ball over the right side to that's number
James
15.
McCabe on the carry.
James McCabe, another one of those seniors. He's got a couple. Be 3rd and long.
Out of bounds around the 30, 3rd and 15.
Seeing Thomas Collins in there. Caleb Graham.
Actually, I feel bad for the field, my friend.
Vincenzo Scott. 86.
Those of us that played on this field, we actually have fond memories of this field, and that field's is hurting right now.
Still 3rd and long. for
Maybe the
Hawkeye.
worst I have ever seen it. And we have to.
Rocco Pisano out here covering one receiver, and Augie George is going to look deep, and Thomas Collins almost had a pick. Thomas Collins was
well
Michael
covered.
George's pass broken up by Tom Collins.
bring up a 4th and long. You might as well
4th
go
and
for it.
15.
Might as well go pick whatever gadget play. They're going to punt. I would pick whatever gadget play you have here and execute it. But they're going to punt the
Just try
ball.
to punt. Rocco Pisano.
Rocco Pisano alertly gets back in
Deep to the Warriors.
along with the Thomas Collins. And here's the Jaden Russin almost got in there. And they'll let it bounce and just roll down to the 34-yard line. And it'll be downed with 4:49 left in the contest. Warriors.
Punt is down by Hanover. Looks like it'll be first down Warriors at the 34.
So we will be back again next week. We have a home game. It's, being a 2 seed and winning the game, there's nothing that could prevent us from having a home game next week. I think we'll be on the roof unless it's snowing there.
Hello? All right.
Blaise Socash-Minnick, he'll have charge of the offense here. as the clock continues to roll down under these mercy rules. 4:40 now left in the contest. Rocco Pisano split to the right. Harry Heck just said 0-0 Lehman and Lakeland. Wow, what a defensive contest that is. Giovanni Sancho takes the ball over the right side. He does have room.
He's got room.
And here he goes.
He might be gone.
And he is gone. 65-yard carry around right end. And I give myself credit for handling the camera and the umbrella and the roster. And I think I got all of that carry. So I'm going to give myself the broadcasting MVP of the night. 65-yard run, and we've seen some nice carries from Sancho this year. He's obviously a talented athlete. I know he's done some nice things in track. So hey, get an athlete come out in his senior year and do some nice things. That's a great thing for a program. And now I think we are going to kick. No. Nah, it's too much of a risk under these conditions. Blaze Socash Minnick under center. And there's a fumbled snap. Sancho picks it up and he's tackled pretty quickly. So failed 2-point conversion. Warriors lead 44-0 with
We got a late flag here.
Fumble on the play, flag on the play.
So Mud Bowl 2018.
2018.
Will go down as a Warrior victory. And if you've got a metal detector, you might want to stop by the stadium tomorrow because there could be some silver coins from the 1800s that will be unearthed under that ground, right? Yeah.
They've been pushed up, Frank.
Personal foul penalty against Hanover on the point effort.
Whatever change the Ingalls family lost when they were here on their visit in 1863 might be unearthed on that field. Yeah, I believe they visited the Valenti family in 1863. And
right now, that looks like Exeter Panthers field.
Oh my God! Yeah, and we got several of hours of rain left.
Just hold this for a second.
Giovanni Sancho getting some congratulations down there. You can read his name, but not his number.
Players are having some fun down there, on the sidelines.
First to kick off, McKay, Salwaskin, Bednarski.
There's a number of Warriors who are wishing there was another quarter left in this game. Here's the kick by Russ, and that comes down at the 20. It's picked up and dropped, and now he's going to try to make some room up the middle before.
Matthew Salwaskin on the return.
He's tackled there. Looks like Colby Gashite down on that tackle. I'll give him credit.
I was just told by my daughter that I think I need a school bus to take about 7 people to tonight's hockey game.
Stuck him in the trunk. You've got the van, right?
We have the minivan, yes.
3:38 left in this contest, but the Warriors will be victorious in 44-0. And Hanover hoping for just a bit of magic, a bit of lightning to close out this game in the season with. And Augie George will turn and give it over the right side. There's a host of Warriors in the backfield quickly. It's hard to get those numbers. It looks like Enzo Scotto Delugio.
That's about 3 on the play, 2nd and 13.
Down to 3:02 left. So I guess we say this game pretty much went the way we thought it would.
The way we thought it would.
Especially with the weather conditions, keeping the ball on the ground.
Pretty much the same way it went 2 weeks ago.
Dominant on both sides of the line. George gives over the right
Humble
side.
down.
And
Scooped
that's
up.
Graham. Caleb Graham was in there quickly.
Augie George
Looks like Sean
Brought
Costa.
down by Caleb Graham.
66. Now he's on the sideline. Okay. That was
And
86,
the loss back
right?
to about
Yeah, that was
10.
Caleb. And that might have been the Sear
Third
Condor
and
there
15.
as well. Yeah, or
Made a
Enzo
big
Scotto,
splash back
Enzo
there.
Scotto Delujo.
I think the biggest suspense we have right now is what's going on with the Lake Lehman
Yeah.
Lakeland game.
What a defensive battle there. .152 left. It's 3rd and 15 for the Hawkeyes. And Warriors are thinking run and they're thinking right. Might have a couple of yards there. It'll be 4th down.
Peter Hibbert on the carry. Jimmy Miller in on the tackle.
Jimmy Miller!
4th and 13.
Oh, bro. Is that Sammy?
Oh, here, hold this. Let's
Is
get
that
this.
Sammy? Oh, no.
Let's get this on.
Oh, somebody's going to get hurt doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I think the coaches are going to be using this for video evidence tomorrow. No. Well, they're kids.
I think the
Yeah.
coaches should put him in there.
Yeah. Kids. Yeah, it was a... All right. Let's get this last play here. 1:01 left, and everything
From what
goes
I
for
could
it.
see, gentlemen,
They're going to punt.
it's still Lake Lehman 0, Lakeland 0.
We have people saying, does anybody know a helicopter pilot that can come and dry this field off?
We're going to stay for the bell.
Yeah, we'll stay for the bell.
Yeah, if you want.
What time is that? I think I... What time you got
Here
there?
is the punt.
Carl.
Oh, they call it timeout.
8:56.
Critical timeout at this juncture of the game.
Timeout, Hanover.
So 38 seconds left. The next play will be the last play of the contest, I would think. So 44-0 victory for the Warriors tonight. Seems like a costly win as Corey Marook went out early in the game. We're awaiting
It's not looking good from what we from the word we've had is that it's not looking good.
Obviously, he didn't return. So if he's not going to be available next week or anytime after, and obviously that's a critical loss for the program, and it's just, that's been challenged a number of times this year with injuries. So looking to get even
Fish
more
punt.
out of your
Adam Simmons, Rocco Pizzano.
offensive leaders like Dominic DeLuca, Brian Williams, F.J. Bercini coming on. Leo Harris had a big night tonight. So
Very
just
big.
going to be asking for guys to give a little more over
Right.
the next couple of weeks to make up that. You can't, impossible to replace a
Replace
player like
him.
Corey Marook.
Never replace
So
him.
what you've got to do is you got to get a little bit of extra from everybody that has performed during the season, and you got to find one or two guys that are willing
right.
to expand their role. And it looks like Leo Harris may be able to do that. F.J. Bercini may be able to do
That's
that. Didn't see a lot of Dimitri DePietro tonight.
No.
So I don't know what's going on there, but you know he's giving them some good receptions over the course of the season. Derek Ambrosino's become a good receiver, so still a lot of offensive weapons. Quay Williamson had some nice carries tonight,
Yes, he did.
and hey, maybe Giovanni Sancho in certain
Giovanni
formations
Sancho.
could be an X factor.
There you go.
He took the ball 65 yards on
That's right.
on that one carry. There we go. So that's the end of the game with the score 44-0. And now they're sliding down the field. And the Sear Condry, they did a little breakdance there at midfield. Yeah, this field, I am glad I am not a groundskeeper for the Wyoming Area School District.
Lord. I know the groundskeeper,
yeah.
and he's going to be...
I think they're going to be walking on that field crying tomorrow a
Right.
little bit, yeah.
They may call him into work tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. So we have the post-game handshake. Hey, we thank you for
Actually, it's supposed to
sticking with us.
stop tomorrow.
Yeah.
The rain and dry out in the
Well,
afternoon.
it's going to be in the 60s all week from what they
Yeah.
say.
That's
so
good
that's a
news.
help.
Dry it out, yeah. So we'll follow them. We'll watch them ring the bell. We'll be back next week. Thank you for joining us. I think we got some good numbers this week, right? We're up in the hundreds, so
109
with
right
the
now.
weather. Yeah, with the weather. And no more Mud Angels. Hey, cut that out. We got to play on this field next week. As Warrior Nation moves down to the bell, and that's as is their custom, ring the bell. And this will be the muddiest bell ring probably in the 55-year history of the program, but one of the most important. The last 2 years, we did make the playoffs
Chris,
we
you
talked.
done with that,
I'm
bud?
done with that. But just
We did beat Dallas in 2016, but there was this a thing where Dallas was an 8 seed that year. So we talk about, hey, 8 out of 9 teams made the playoffs this year in our district. Is that too many? Probably is. You know, maybe they could cut that down to 6 teams at some point. But 2 years ago, Dallas came in here as an 8 seed, Wyoming area as a 1 seed, and Wyoming area escaped with a 13-12 victory. But that was a Dallas team that faced the heaviest part of their schedule early, had some injuries, and they were actually peaking at the end of the season. They came in here and almost shocked us as a 1 seed.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen tonight, obviously. So we'll be back next week with a home game, and it'll be Western Wayne or
no,
Lakeland?
it's Lakeland or Lake Lehman.
Oh, Lakeland, or that's a definite.
As I can tell right now, that's still a 0-0.
0-0 tie.
So
And I guess they have to play that out, don't they?
Well,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
either that or it would be they go, I don't know.
overtime, yeah, they'll go to,
Overtime.
and then they
Overtime
start at the
or just
10-yard
go
line or
head-to-head.
whatnot. Yeah, we saw that last year in that Dallas game. They start
Yeah.
at the 10-yard line with a series of downs, or the 20 or something like that. So both Lake Lehman and Lakeland showing some defensive output tonight. So that'll be something, an angle to
That'll be
look at
interesting.
next week. Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, George Toma. Yeah, the sod god. I remember him. Yeah, there's Eric. Yeah. He probably would cry if he saw this field. Yeah.
He may
Yeah.
if he was here, he'd resign.
Yeah. He might still be around. He's in his 90s. And there they go.
We do have a helicopter school at the Midway now.
Yeah. And we're going to ring the bell. Overtime, Lake Lehman and Lakeland. Wow. Final Berwick 42-0 over Pittston.
You got it?
Yep.
Here's time if you want
It's
some
always
stories.
a happy moment as Warrior Nation rings the bell. So we got other District 2 scores. We got Hazelton 33 over Williamsport 13. Berwick, as we said, beat Pittston area. Dallas beat Honesdale 20-14. Western Wayne was leading Myers 43-6. Wallenpaupack Southern Lehigh 14-10. I didn't see a Nanacoke score. Maybe they canceled the game till
I
tomorrow.
think he might be Saturday.
And there goes the bell. Thanks, Carl. So, hey, thanks for joining us. That's the bell. Warriors win here 44-0. Keep Corey Marucki in your thoughts and prayers as he was taken off in the first half, taken to the hospital for evaluation. So we'll wait to hear.
It's nice to
What's
see
going on?
the Hanover enjoying themselves.
Oh, yeah.
So
Well, hey, like you said,
this is the last time they might be on the field as a football
that's a
player.
memory for a lifetime. So, hey, did they want to come up here and lose 44-0 again? But hey, look at the night that they had, the circumstances. Yeah. Next year, on some college campus in the state of Pennsylvania, some kid wearing a Hanover jacket will run into some kid wearing a Wyoming area jacket and say, "Hey, we played in that game last November with all the rain and the mud," and they'll have a laugh and some fun over it. And hey, that's a lot of what it's all about too. Memories.
Memories.
Yep. Josh Cumbo there taking a dive on the sidelines. I might go down. No, I won't go down.
Shall we sign off?
My wife not only wouldn't let me in the house, she wouldn't let me in the yard. All right, so yeah, we're gonna sign off. Hey,
Sign it, go ahead, sign it off.
all right, everybody. We'll see you next week here, the same time, and unless it's 3 degrees, we'll be up on the press box again. Hopefully, no rain. And thanks for joining us. Hey, have a great weekend. Go Penn State.
Have a great
Warrior Nation. Victorious in Game 1 of the 3A playoffs. See you next
And
week.
congratulations to the soccer team.
Yep. Have a good week. Overtime in Lakeland and Lake Lehman.